Render to Caesar's that which is Caesar's. I was teaching on that recently, and some of you have seen the video that I made. And you may have noticed that I left something out. Now, I left out some little details that are not important. I also left out something that is the most important part. But I want you to think about it. What is always being left out? So I will read again, and we'll see what it is that we all seem to want to avoid. I'm reading from the King James, chapter 20 of Luke's Gospel, starting in verse 21, speaking of those who wished to trick Jesus. And they asked him, saying, Master, we know that thou sayest and teachest rightly, neither acceptest thou the person of any, but teachest the way of God truly. Is it lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar, or no? But he perceived their craftiness, and said unto them, Why tempt ye me? Show me a penny. Whose image and superscription hath it? They answered and said, Caesar's. And he said unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which be Caesar's. Of course, the translation has become a bit archaic by now, but we can follow the gist. Look at the coin. Whose name is on it? Whose image is on the coin? Give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Give to the government what is the government's. Now, one thing that comes up sometimes when we deal with what is left out is that people try to say that it is only about money. Now, that's not consistent. What I mean by it's not consistent is that the same people who say that it is just about money, that is taxes and so forth, and we'll get into the so forth another time, when it comes down to some issue where there is disagreement about the government, all of a sudden, these same people who said it was just about money, taxes and the such like, suddenly say, render to Caesar what is Caesar's, covers everything. Does it? If you're living in a country, as some people who I have met lived, there are few yet remaining of that generation, but there are still some. Those who were told by their government, you must turn in the Jews so that they may be taken to the concentration camps and killed. Do you obey that government? Do you render to Caesar? Oh, it's talking about money. Yeah. But when it comes down to something else, when it comes down to, can you teach certain things? If you live north of the 49th, there are some things that a preacher is not allowed to say from the pulpit anymore. Shall he obey Scripture, or shall he obey the Dominion of Canada? Tough one. There are people in jail in England for preaching. Shall you obey the government? And there are those who will say, you must obey the government. There are those who will say, now that the Supreme Court has made a certain controversial decision that we must render to Caesar's, and that I must accept those who go along with Caesar's definition of marriage, because Jesus right here said, render to Caesar what is Caesar's, and Caesar has defined marriage to be such and so, and therefore I must accept it. Is that really what Jesus is saying here? Or have we left something out?